be funny if it weren't so sad. Do-do-do-do-do.
Your username on Twitch doesn't have an underscore, right? It's just like Noctua early, no underscore in between Noctua and early, right?
There is
Right?
an underscore between.
Fuck.
Luckily, for the most part, if you just search Noctua early, you're gonna find me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you got it right. You got it right. You didn't
Oh,
link
wait,
to.
it didn't send the. It didn't make a fucking link. I hate it.
Yeah, it does that
Make mad.
sometimes.
Why?
I don't know. It just kind of does. Doesn't work most of the
Fuck you
time.
too. Fuck you too, Discord.
Yeah, like if you do the full link thing, it always works. But if you don't, then it's like, we'll give you a 50-50 on it. Bup, 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 bup. Okay, let's unpause the game. Now you can see it play out in high definition.
Wait. Come on. Let me. There we go. It won't let me zoom in
Oh, nice.
because my blind ass can't see.
Just zoom in on the second screen. Okay. And if that's notifying me, that means I am now officially live. And Discord actually recognizes that as such. Ah, fuck, okay. I'm gonna plug in my Ethernet cable and then hope that fixes whatever.
You didn't plug it in.
No, I have to unplug it a lot of the time because otherwise it doesn't, like, function properly. Like, my computer doesn't
Okay.
like having it in for some reason. And it won't update shit.
I mean, sounds like something. Okay, I'm not gonna comment on that anymore. I'm sorry.
No, it's something that needs to be fixed. I just don't know how to fix it. Like,
I mean, mood.
let's just start the game. We have 0 people here. That's the prime number of people to fucking get this shit started.
Here we go.
This game is fiction. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this production are fictitious. Except the Titanic, that wasn't fictitious.
That was already. That was a huge ass spoiler right there.
Well, yeah, I labeled this stream as spoilers abound.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Because all we're gonna do is gush about how the game works.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, we're gushing about this story.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
DS version. Because the Nonary Games one doesn't run on my PC. It's too old of a game. It doesn't run on my PC. Because I did get it. Because I got it in a 3-pack
I
with.
can't see the chat, so wait, hold up. I might have to grab something else.
Yeah. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open. As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surroundings. Ow! With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. It was a rock album. Some wouldn't qualify it as metal, but to the majority it definitely is. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air. Like the titty that just wasn't there, right when he needed it most.
A titty?
Well, yeah, it's like groping.
You're chopping up, and then the first thing I hear was titty.
Nice. So on your end, I'm just not saying shit then.
Why?
Can you hear me, like, at all? I'm gonna take that as a no.
I can't hear you, but it's like chopping up, bro, for some parts.
Okay. I mean, I don't think that's something
But
we can avoid. Oh yeah, and I love how the text quality makes the ow
oh shit.
with an exclamation point into owl. His balance lost and still fuzzy mind, struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor. Ah, God. Ah, God damn it. God, what the hell? Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind. He finally had understood where he'd fallen from. It was a bed. A 3-level bunk bed. My fucking god. Junpei had fallen, apparently from the topmost bunk.
Give me a bunk bed.
Give me a bunk bed. I've always wanted a bunk bed. I just want to be in the top bunk.
Something that honestly same. Honestly same, but I can't go to the top or bottom. I'm just gonna stay in the middle. 'Cause one, I'm too short, and I'm afraid of heights. But at the same time, I don't want to stay at the lower bed. So if it better be that the 3-tier bunk bed, because just right.
So you can feel on top of someone, but not too on top.
I need to get my mind out of the gutter. I'm so sorry.
He could feel a bump forming on his forehead where he'd slammed it against the low ceiling. He wondered if that bump was the reason he felt his vision wavering a bit, but that seemed unlikely. At first he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening, but as he looked around he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking. Was it an earthquake, he wondered? Didn't seem likely. It was shaking far too quickly for an earthquake. Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake. He tried to tell himself it was important. Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room and muttered to himself, "Where am I?" His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of the confusion of his circumstances, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Then, as suddenly as he began, the tremors ceased. A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking. He felt his stomach tighten. There were 1,000 things the sound could have been, but none of the things he could think of were good. In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The 3-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin that they were little more than blankets. On either side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door in red paint, someone had written 5.
What? Why did you say 5 like that?
Have to add some kind of entertainment value here. Come on.
Okay, fair, but that caught me off guard.
No. Yeah. 5. You should wait until we get to 8. You should... 8.
I'm suddenly terrified.
What?
I'm suddenly terrified for a bit.
No reason to be terrified. It's just me and my stupidity.
A mood.
A
The
mood.
same.
What's this 5 mean? Or maybe
It's a
it's
It's
an
a number
S.
5. What do you mean?
But 5 looks like S, and S is the first letter of sus. Oh my god, I've been stolen by Among Us again.
Bruh. You have yeeted out of 999. You have now joined the Among Us server.
Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result. A few more tries cemented the truth in Junpei's mind. It won't open. It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader, probably because it was a card reader. If it didn't take a genius to figure out that the odd-looking device was keeping the door shut. Junpei knocked hard on the door. Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door! There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door. He threw his left fist in, and his left fist out. Then he threw his left fist in, shook it all about.
Remember.
What the hell is this? He wasn't really sure what else to say.
Someone walked in just to say that Frozen was 8 years ago and I hate it.
Wait, what the fuck? Frozen was 8 years ago?
Apparently!
Oh no.
To be more exactly, made in November 27,
I don't like that actually. Let's ignore that. Let's just pretend they didn't say that for a sec, okay?
Let us ignore the old age.
Oh god, 8 years ago I was like, what? At this point I would have been 13 8 years ago. Oh no.
I was 172.
Shut the fuck up.
Rude!
I'm only 172. Don't lie about your age, Kamote. We're twins. And the left hand was upraised. Have you played Ocarina of Time before?
What is time? That is a concept that humans make.
Yeah.
Why am I following it?
8 years ago? Can we just let it go?
No, it played in my head. Great. No!
Thank you, Rusty. In the center was a large LCD display. It looked like nothing else so much as a watch, but it clearly wasn't that. After all, it only showed a single number, and I don't think it's 5. That's That's the same as the door. True, the
No
numbers
shit.
were the same. Good job, Junpei. You've done it. All he knew was that it was strange and new, and he wanted it off.
Nice. But
Junpei.
it's expensive though.
Yeah, it looks expensive. You can't just get that shit off. Like, come on, Junpei, you gotta cherish the
It's
little
a
things
gift.
in life. Junpei
It's
flipped
a
his...
gift from someone. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's a gift. As if to remove the watch, but the other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing.
Nada.
Not even a little kiss. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. A number of rivets around the rim of the face, perhaps. He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing. They're just there to make it look like a watch. Junpei was at a loss. What was he going to do? What am I gonna do? Growing more desperate,
Break the watch.
he began to tug
Bruh.
at it. Oh yeah, cut the wires. Ugh! Damn. It's no good. Damn thing won't come off. A steel ring ran from the face around Junpei's wrist and back to the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off anytime in the near future. What the hell is the deal with this thing? Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though we were about to explode. Where am I? I feel like I'm about to explode. Why? What the hell happened to me? It was
Because
at that
at
moment
that moment he knew
he fucked
he
up.
fucked up.
The window is round, rimmed in riveted brass, like the window from an early 20th century ship. What? Is this my grandma's house? My grandma does have windows like that, specifically because
Wait,
she...
really?
Yeah, she likes ships and water and shit.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
What's the matter? Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness. Junpei squinted, trying to see something. Anything. It was at that moment he knew. What the?
He definitely fucked up.
You gotta be kidding me. What the hell is going on?
Why does Junpei sound like a stoner?
It's just kind of the voice I default to for Junpei. Because I don't want to give him like
Okay.
generic. I don't want to give him like generic protagonist voice, which would just be this voice. Or just give him my voice. So I wanted to go with this kind of stoner voice.
Okay, fair. Fair.
Hello, I am Junpei Iori. Yeah, it just doesn't work. And that's the wrong Junpei, that's Persona 3 Junpei, I think. And then the window burst and water began to pour into the room. What the hell? God damn it! Junpei yelled and spun around. He did a quick little spinny. His feet slipped in the water and he coming through the window. He ran to the door. Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something! There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. Good job, Water, rising up to your success. It was now ankle deep on the floor and rising quickly towards his knees. Things were not looking good for Junpei, and I need to hydrate Bepepis. Thank you, Rusty. But now I can
Do
move.
it for the Betis.
Do it for the Bepis. But now I can move my mic so that it's actually like closer to my Bepis fridge.
Mm.
Because that's the
Chug,
power of
chug,
boom
chug.
stands, baby.
Chug, chug, chug,
Chug, chug, chug, chugga, 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 chugga. What the fuck? I thought you were on a ship, not a train. Ah, Jesus. How did they get water on the tray?
Junpei got so high.
Oh damn, I am experiencing so many dropped frames from this. And I'm not sure whose internet is at fault.
I don't know if it's mine, quite honestly.
Yeah. Wait, is it not
Because you know
connected?
Philippine internet.
No, my Ethernet is in now. But it's not registering that it's in, so that might be a problem. Hold on a sec. You. Internet. It is connected. What the fuck?
It said no.
I said no. Somebody once asked, could I spare some change for gas? I need to get myself away from this place. I said no. Why the fuck is my Ethernet not showing? What the fuck?
Ethernet said no, no consent.
What the fuck? This is bullshit. Why?